This question's from Ian Turner. Ian Turner asks, what is mental health like at this level of competition? I'm assuming you mean where I compete at the Mr. Olympia or the Arnold Classic, or, you know, in pro bodybuilding in general. You know, it's an extreme activity. It's very extreme. It requires mental fortitude and discipline on a whole different level. So to one degree, you're gonna have people who are very mentally stable and strong, and then to the opposite end of the spectrum, you're gonna have people who are OCD, who are have like serious mental problems, and that's why they're so good at it. Have severe insecurities, have social anxieties, have body dysmorphia. It runs the gamut, the whole spectrum of you know, superior mental strength down to the lowest of the low. And then there's people who fall right in the middle, who probably have a bit of both. You know, I'll use Phil Heath, for example. He's #1 in our sport. He has a discipline unlike any. Flex Lewis, same thing. They have the mental capacity to shut out everything around them to be able to focus 100% to being the best, and then having the genetics on top of it. Now, at the same time, I'm gonna say there's some mental or I don't want to use mental because that suggests there's something wrong, but there's an inadequacy in everyone that they feel that drives them to be better. And they probably have a good combination of what I discussed earlier, you know, the mental fortitude, the superior strength, and the, you know, some sort of feeling of inadequacy, and they join it together and they're able to be the absolute best in the world. So feelings of inadequacy are not always a bad thing. That's what drives us to be better. You know, you may look at Phil Heath and say that's perfection, where he only sees his imperfections, and that's why he's so great. You know, when you're building this masterpiece, it's like a sculptor. You know, you're an artist. You don't sit and marvel at the wonderful curves, and you look at it and see, how the hell can I make this better? What do I gotta take a little off here or add a little bit here. So it takes you know, a strong kind of person, but at the same time, someone might say it's a weakness. You know, it's a great question, man. That's a great question, because I know for myself that I didn't get into bodybuilding due to insecurities or anything like that. I wasn't a skinny kid who got dirt kicked in his face or anything. I was always one of the biggest kids. I wasn't someone who didn't get attention, because I was always a very popular kid. I was an athlete, a very good athlete, but I just happened to be good at bodybuilding or adding muscle at a very young age. And my ability to see the negatives and be able to process it and to make improvements, it was very important in my future success. And I think if any really successful bodybuilder has both, you obviously have to be mentally headstrong. You know, now there's a whole new level that Phil Heath is dealing with, and I deal with it, and all the pros deal with it. You know, you have internet trolls that write things that they'd never have the balls to say to your face. You know, I always believed that if you didn't have something nice to say, don't say it. I see things all day long that agree with or like, I don't type "you're an idiot" or you know, I don't, unless someone's attacking me, then I will respond. But yeah, there's a lot to deal with, and you got to be strong mentally to be successful in bodybuilding, you know, in any facet of life. But because bodybuilding is such a personal thing, you're putting yourself out there for people to shit on you. It takes a strong person to deal with it. So great question. Thanks for sending it in, and I hope you got the answer you're looking for. Alright, this is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. Alright?